outside. We're hiking. You know the vibes. I'm out of breath because I've been speeding up here so that I don't miss the sunset, even though I got 12 minutes, which it should be fine, but hopefully I can set up and have at least a sufficient amount of sunlight left. But yeah. It's the sun. Wow. We've made progress. There's a little bit left, but I think here's a good spot. Young man records himself falling off the edge. Nah, I'm good. Shit, boy. We made it. It doesn't look that high on camera, but we're up there. We're decently up here. We made it. I guess we can chill here now. I really hope the wind doesn't blow my phone over. I gotta catch my breath. I brought snacks. Setting up the camera. I just barely managed to make it up here before the sun sets. I took a small little what's it called? I guess you could call it like a 10-second time lapse of the sunset. But it's fine. Whatever. I got to see it. So that's the whole goal of the video today. See, the cool thing about recording audio and video separately is that I don't have to be by the camera. I could be over here and it still sounds good. I'm the only one up here at the top. There's like 2 other people, and there's like people scattered around down there. But yeah, it's a pretty peaceful day for a Saturday. So yeah, hey, welcome back. It's me, Christian. It's Saturday, 17th, 6:46 p.m. As of the time that I'm recording this, if I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because I am. And I'm tired from work, so yeah, I had a busy day at work, not gonna lie, but no excuses. We still made it out here. Took a shower, rested for a bit, grabbed some snacks, grabbed some water, grabbed my shit, and then we headed out. It was like a 22-minute drive here. I was worried I wasn't gonna catch the sunset, but I'm glad that we did. And damn, I just want to lay down because I'm fucking tired. Not gonna lie. If I just record the rest of the podcast like this, don't mind me. But yeah, let's talk about drugs. Let's talk about what drugs I've done. First and foremost, so we could take ibuprofen. That's like the only like off the shelf drug that I fucking know. No, but in seriousness, I feel like, I don't know, it's just a good topic to talk about. I feel like a lot of kids our age, or at least in this day and age, drugs have been like glorified. Not only that, there's like a serious issue of analog drugs or like analog opiates that are being produced just because of the whole restrictions and class whatever the fuck scheduling that they have against specific chemicals, which is, if you think about it, there's really laws against buying chemicals. Like these shits could be found anywhere, but you can't like make them. You can't. Anyways, but yeah. So let's start off with like the simple, the like basic ones. I feel like everybody under the sun has like smoked weed before. That's like probably the first drug that I did, like the drug. I was very young when I first tried it. I think I was in 6th grade actually, which is crazy to say. So it's like I think how it went was, if I remember the story correctly, back in my day, we used to go outside to play because that's back before there was everything on the internet. Back when the internet was still kind of new, and we would just go outside, play soccer, and sometimes ride our bikes or like just hang out with the neighbor kids. And back when I was young, I used to hang out. And back when I was young, I lived in fuck, my voice feels weak because I'm tired. So excuse me. Back when I was young, we used to live in a trailer park, and I remember we used to go outside and hang out with the neighbor kids, with the kids outside. And at one point, so like these kids, they had like older siblings. They had like a kid in like either middle school or high school when we were still in like elementary school. And I remember one day one of the younger brothers of that like family was like, "Yo, you want to try weed?" And I was like, I don't even know how I reacted, but I was like, "Yeah, sure, fuck." Next thing I know, we're scheduling a whole day where we can all just hang out and go smoke. And mind you, it's like I always like thought I was like I always figured it was like, you gotta try like everything once, right? Like it's for the experience. And mind you, I was like, looking back, I was in 6th grade. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but that's way too young to ever like do any drug. But I mean, hey, I think I turned out all right. I think, but anyways, so I remember telling my sister, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go try weed with this kid, and my sister was like, no, you're not going, and I was like, damn, okay, and then she was like, you're not going unless I go with you. So me and my sister, my middle sister, we I have two other sisters. The middle one, I'm the youngest of three, and she was like she was just there with us when we did it. I remember we like went to, anyways. I remember we went to an alley. Fuck, this shit sounds crazy. I remember we went to an alley. We decided like a spot. I guess everybody has like a spot where they go to smoke. I guess, and we decided upon the alley that was like nearby our neighborhood, and I remember this was like before they put cameras up in that alley and stuff like that, and before they like closed it off from like any public access, or at least from the way that we used to get in there. And I remember they had like a pipe, and it was just like a gram. It wasn't much weed, but it was a little bit. And so it was like me, my sister, and like two other guys, the two brothers that had the weed and the pipe and everything. And so we went back there, and I remember they just packed it. They were like they were like really really excited. They were like having fun. Like they genuinely like you could tell that they genuinely like enjoyed doing this. And so that's what like made me feel like really comfortable. I was like, okay, I guess this is gonna be fun. And so they did it first, and then they passed it to me, and I was like, how do I do this? And so they told me, it's like, okay, so we're gonna light it for you, and then you're just gonna suck it, and then inhale it, and let it out. So I did that, and I just remember that shit burned my lungs. Like, I remember I was coughing for like a solid 5 minutes, and mind you, it was maybe because I had like little kid lungs, or because maybe I just took a big hit. But anyways, so next thing you know, the oldest brother of the two brothers comes over, and he's like, oh shit, he was like on his bike. He's like, oh shit, you guys are smoking. And then he like takes a quick rotation, shit like that. And then he goes about his merry day. And I remember they were laughing. It was like, okay, rotation. We were so young, and there were these fucking young ass kids who's like, don't fuck up the rotation, and that's where like I learned that from, which is like hilarious to me looking back. This is like, as I'm saying the story, I'm like recalling it, and it's like it's funny as fuck now that I think about it, because it's just such a dumb shitty situation. But anyways, so yeah, we all smoked, and then we were like, okay, so in like a couple minutes, they told us, they're like, okay, so in a couple minutes we're gonna get munchies. Let's go get snacks, because back in the day, or at least where I'm from, I don't know if you guys had that one person in your neighborhood that used to sell candy. Like, I remember we went back to our houses. I hope you guys see that butterfly moth. It's by the camera. Hold on, I want to see it. Hi, hi. It said hi to me. That was awesome. Um, but anyways, as I was saying, we went back to our houses, and we got some money. I remember my sister went inside to go ask my dad, and I was just waiting outside, in front of the house. And I remember at this point is like where I was just standing there, and it finally like kicked in. It was like, imagine like if the best way for me to describe the first time it ever happened, like I remember I took a deep breath in, closed my eyes, and then I felt like I was leaning without leaning. Like my body was just up straight, but I felt like, whoa. But it didn't feel like disorienting. It just felt like I was leaning, or like moving without moving. And so we proceeded to go to the candy shop, which is like just some person's house, and they had like some fire ass candy there. I remember we struggled to count like the quarters and shit that we had. At least the guys did, which was very funny. It's like, I wonder if like the woman knew that these like little kids are fucking stoned trying to buy candy, struggling to count the shit. And so yeah, that was like the first time I tried that. But other than that, what other drugs have I done? Oh no, that's not even the best part of the story. The best part of the story is I went back and like fuck it, outside fun was done. We went back home, and I remember I was just like chilling in the house, and then my mom was like, "Yo, we gotta get ready. We're going to a party." And I was like, "Oh snap!" So, anyways, I got ready. Me and my sisters got ready, all that, and I was at this party, and like this shit lasted like all night. Like looking back, like that was the longest I've ever been high for, and maybe like the time just in my memory just feels different, just because probably I was more present. That's kind of what drugs do, is it makes you feel more present. It makes you like slow down your breathing, so you're more aware. You're more consciously aware, and yeah, I could explain like the actual metaphysics, or like what's actually happening, both chemically and energetically. Basically, in short, your pineal gland is like where your awareness sits, right? Like your senses and everything connects back to your pineal gland. And the sun is setting, so it's getting dark as fuck. But we're just gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to speed up this conversation because fuck, we're burning daylight out here, literally. I mean, the sun is like set, but you know it's still kind of bright out. We're up high, so we can still kind of get away with it. And so, anyways, I keep peeking. I hope I'm not doing too bad. I'm gonna just turn this down so I can like really talk into it and then not worry about what the fuck the audio is doing. But anyways, so what was I saying? So basically, your pineal gland is like a little sack of water, and the your bioelectricity, because you know we're alkaline beings. We have That's why our touch screens work. It's because we have energy running through us, and so basically, this pineal gland and the water is charged with the electricity from your body, and it creates this electromagnetic field around it. Now, this electromagnetic field acts like a little shield for your awareness, and every time you get high, it kind of opens or manipulates the frequency or the hertz or whatever. I don't even know. I don't even know if this has been studied yet, but I don't have any sources for this shit. This is just like a trust me, bro. But anyways, so basically it changes the energetic frequency, like you know how there's different hertz and shit like that, I guess, of that electromagnetic field. And so what that allows your pineal gland to access is a little bit more or different parts of the radiation spectrum. And yeah, that's how you explain basically that. So anyways, what other drugs have I done? I've done mushrooms. Fun fact, I've taken mushrooms on multiple occasions up in this hill, and I would definitely say that those were some of the best experiences that I've ever had on mushrooms. I've never had a bad trip. Mushrooms to me, they don't really make me. They don't inhibit me in any way. I like whenever I do drugs, I don't really get inhibited. Mind you, like if I guess if I took like enough, but I never really did much of anything, so I always had control. I'd never really gone off the yammies, you know what I mean? But anyways, I've done mushrooms several times. Mushrooms, I I would recommend. They're very good psychologically, because imagine like your brain is like uh a mountain covered in snow, and every time you think a thought, the chemical reactions for your attitude or your feelings, the chemicals physically burn, make an imprint on your brain, and that's how you build muscle memory. That's how you build habits. It's how you build whatever. Is these patterns that get ingrained into your brain. So my phone actually ran out of storage, which is surprising because I pay for extra iCloud storage, but I guess it's a sign for me to get the fuck off the mountain because it's dark and I might trip on something and crack my head and I'm all alone. But no, I'll be fine. This mountain isn't too crazy, but you know, I gotta make my way down from the steep ass thing. So maybe I should keep recording. Maybe I shouldn't. Who knows? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna just record the way down, and I guess it works as a light too. So, ooh, loose rocks. Do you guys like my shoes? They're my old Adidas. Fun fact. fact, they don't have shoelaces because I took them off. They were useless anyways. These are the Adidas NMDs. You can tell they're NMDs because of the little box thingies on the side there. But the thing about these is that these are prime knit Adidas, so these are actually terrible running shoes and like active shoes. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but like my foot can just move around in there if I stretch the prime knit enough. But it doesn't matter, you know. They still work. They hug my feet pretty good, so it's fine. That's why I took the laces off, otherwise I wouldn't have. But yeah, we're back on the way down. Not using the mic because fuck, I'm not trying to carry around a phone with all that. But hopefully the wind isn't too bad, and you know, I trust iPhone microphones to be decent enough. But yeah, as I was saying, I believe where I left off was, I don't know who's gonna want to watch. Ooh, scorpion. I almost stepped on you, buddy. My bad. Here I am. But anyways, so I think what I was saying is that psilocybin, when it gets processed by your body, it turns into another chemical called psilocin, and this chemical psilocin in your brain, I think it attaches to the serotonin receptors, and once it does that, it enables a thing called neurogenesis, which is basically like, you know, a psychoactive that activates and turns on dormant parts of your brain. They're not really dormant, they're just not fully, I guess, connected. Let's just say that these chemicals act as conductors for your brain to get connected more, or at least to fire at a different speed and or just operate in a different manner. This is what a change in consciousness is. This is why your pineal gland just feels that's why you feel different. Your consciousness is just being, mind you, if I start saying dumb shit, because I'm trying to focus on finding the way down as well as speaking about shit while I'm out of breath. So, but anyways, so yeah, psilocybin actually, like, that's why there's therapies, because like I said, your brain is like a mountain full of snow, and when you take psilocybin, it's like putting fresh snow on the mountain, so that all those little grooves, or the like on a record, grooves on a record, that's the best way to put it, kind of get smoothed out, and you can kind of rethink and you kind of reframe your mind and rewire it in a different way you want. This is why so many people, there's bats out here. I heard them. They're doing little chirpies. But as I was saying, that's why a lot of people use these to help with their alcohol addictions or nicotine addictions or anything. It actually helped me with my nicotine addiction. Ooh, I thought that was a spider. Ooh, this is the really steep part where I just start running and hope I don't eat shit. There's bugs in there. But yeah. One sec. This thing is wildly out of focus, but we're just gonna roll with it. And so yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but besides that, psilocybin is great. It's, you know what they say, if you ever take it, set and setting is most important, and you definitely don't want to do more than like, I'd say half a gram for your first time. My first time that I did it, what is that? It's a centipede. Can I see you do some centipede things, Mr. Centipede? Hey, do you want us crawl? It didn't move. I want to see it do the creepy crawly. Bait. Look at its legs. Whoa. Alright, I'll leave you be. I'll leave you be. I think that's the first time I saw a centipede or a millipede. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that shit looked cool. Anyways, hopefully I don't get lost, because it's pretty fucking dark out now. I don't know if you can tell. And I'm slipping. But anyways. You know, maybe I should continue this conversation once I'm actually down and back at the car. But for now, I guess we're chilling. I'm gonna just keep recording in case anything. You know, I guess I could talk about this. One of the times that I did mushrooms, and we were up there. We just came from up there. My watch is dirty. Don't mind me. But what time is it? It is 7:14. It's all dusty from work. I gotta wash it. Yeah. But like I said, I just came straight from work. I didn't really have much time to get my shit in order. But one of the few times that I took shrooms, I was with my friend Michael, and we came up on this hill, and I brought my speakers with me. So these JBL flip speakers, I have 2 flip 5s that you can pair and synchronize in like stereo mode, and I use these for like either putting music in the house. They're really good for that, or just making music or whatever. But anyway, these are some of the better Bluetooth speakers, or at least small, compact, you know, like to take anywhere you want, like at a park or just anywhere small. You could use them in parties too, because you could pair up to like 100 of them at a time. They're pretty nice, and they're not too expensive. They're around like 120 for each. I think the price has gone down because they have newer models out now, but they're basically the same as the previous generation, so I'm not gonna upgrade. But anyways, so I had brought my Bluetooth speakers with me. But anyways, I had brought my Bluetooth speakers with me, and we played like 432 hertz music while we were on the way up, and we were tripping at this point. And we sat up there, we watched the sunset, we meditated, and then on the way down, by the time the music ended, this music had like people chattering in it, right? Like, I know this because I listened to like the same tracks every time, and this people chattering eventually turned into real people chattering behind us, and that was kind of trippy because like the music ended, and then me and Michael were like, wait, the voices are still there. And we turned around, and whoa, there was like people cheering. There were people like very happy. I don't want to sound like calling any specific race out. I don't want to sound stupid, but like it was some ethnic people. It was Indian people, and that like really surprised me because like you just never see people of that ethnicity here. At least I wasn't expecting. Like maybe we picked a specific day that like the whole family comes out, but like there was families, there's Mexican families, there's people just out here. And so we were very surprised to see, because we didn't hear them coming up. And not only that, they didn't even make it on the way up. They were like on the trail. Like imagine looking up at the sunset while we were up at the top. And so yeah, that was fun. But on the way down, how I mentioned earlier, it allows you to access more of the radiation spectrum, and this includes other people's consciousness bands. And so on the way down, I was behind Michael, and then I started to grab my awareness, and then I realized that we were walking in sync. Hi, Dad. So we were like synchronized, and then eventually I got to a point where I could kind of see the variables around and predict where he was going to step next. And if you think faster than what you perceive, you start to see what you think. And this is one of the few things of enlightenment. Mushrooms, acid, and stuff like that let you attain enlightenment momentarily, but they don't let you keep it. You can hold enlightenment sober, but you can't hold it when you're using agents, I guess you could call them. And so basically I started using vision. That's the best. Like my visions were what I was thinking, and mind you, he wasn't aware of what I was thinking, because you can't ever really prove that anyone else is thinking anything. It's just a thing about consciousness. It's like you can never perceive another person's thoughts. You can only perceive your own. And so then I told him, I was like, hey, Michael, I'm kind of like making you walk in a specific manner. Like, I would like hesitate like that. I imagine trying to hesitate and then actually tripping. I was like walking like this, and then Michael would do the same thing because we were synchronized. And mind you, he wasn't aware of it, and he was like, no, you're not. But that's just because he was just an extension of me. He's his own band. He's in his own band, but he's not aware of what I was doing. And so yeah, that's like the best way you could say that we all act through God, I guess. You know, I'm really spilling some secrets here, but who gives a fuck? Who listens anyways? But yeah, so that was one of the few moments where I learned a lot, and it was a very, very nice experience. On the way back home as well. But anyways, that was the story of one of the trips that I had. I tripped other times. I haven't tripped that many times. But besides that, you know, it was a decent day. You know, we had other times where we came up here and we brought some friends, and I got stung by a bee. But, you know, I think that was like an initiation thing. You could hear more animals chirping now. On the way up here, they weren't chirping, but now they are. You might be able to hear them. You might not. I don't know. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I wish that you could, yeah, you can see me, but I wish that it wasn't so dark, because that would make it easier for me to make a proper outro. But besides that, I guess I could roll some B-roll of me on the way up here, and we could kind of just overlay that as I was speaking. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little story of my drug-induced adventures. Not induced. Fueled? No, there's just no good word for these experiences that I've had with drugs, you know. But you know, I don't condone the use of any drugs. Don't recommend it. It's just stay straight edge. I've been straight edge for quite a while now, and I feel good. You know, I've kind of learned to alter my own code so that I kind of feel however I want to feel without needing any external substance, which is great. You know, I hope everybody one day reaches that. But yeah, looks like I've made it back to the car. Outside.